Blocker, the poor Tigers, wooden spoon. They got rid of Madge, 11 games ago. Should they have got rid of him at that time? How have you seen the whole situation there with the Tigers?
I'm lucky enough to see it in hindsight. You know, look, premiership winner, the coach. He's also an international coach. When you have a look at it now, I think if you have a look at the record of the Tigers since he's been gone, I think it's worse than when he was there. So, in hindsight,
he won 3 and they've won 1 since.
Yeah, I would probably say that I would have kept him on to the end of the season and then made all my plans. And you know, they already said that they're going to have Benji and Robbie Farah and all that as coaches next year, along with Tim Sheens. Should have left him there for this season and then go on with it next year.
Why wouldn't they have got involved? Because it's been a disaster. Why wouldn't they have taken the last couple of months, Robbie and more so Benji and Sheensy, as coaches? Yeah. Why wouldn't they have got involved and begun the turnaround? Do
you get stained with the brush that of this season?
But you also got the opportunity to try a few things that you don't have to wait for next year to try. Yeah. So you might want to try this guy at that position. You might want to try this combination. You might want to try this style of play.
I hear you, but I'd be hesitant to throw a rookie coach like Benji in under that circumstance.
Next year it's going to be the same.
But why didn't Sheensy?
They've got a whole off-season next year.
Okay, let me answer this.
But Sheensy, I don't disagree.
Sheensy is revered. He's coached over 400 games. And instead they give it to a rookie coach that's never been a head coach before. Just get us through the last 12 games.
We did a game in Tamworth the other week. The Tigers played in Tamworth, and I spoke to Tim Sheens for about 20 minutes. I was convinced after talking to him for 20 minutes that they could win the comp this year.
Yeah, well, that might be a problem.
No, he's good, mate. No, he'll do a good job. He'll put belief back in them. Well, that's what they do.
Okay, why wasn't he brought in this year then? Why wasn't he brought in to at least start this year?
No, because they don't want to be tarred with. They want to have a clean slate. They want to come in the off season and go, righto, here's the new regime. Let's go
with the same players.
Kenty, I'm a bit on your side. The quicker you can get in there and try to, the quicker you can try to fix the mess 100%. And find out some of the problems, they're going to find them out.
They're going to spend the first 6-8 weeks next year figuring out, hang on, that doesn't work. They could have used that this year.
I think they're going to need the whole year next year to get... No disrespect.
Oh, well, they could have started 8
There's a lot of change in the roster.
If we're talking honestly, they're going to need more than next year.
Do you know what? Yeah, I agree with you. I still think that there's more pain for the Tigers. I'll tell you why. New team comes into the competition, 30 or 40 players are taken out that the Tigers might have been able to go after. And the other thing too is they start talking about, we've got good juniors, we've got a good mob of forwards coming through. Yeah. Well, guess what? You need 3 off-seasons. We're just talking about it. You need 3 off-seasons to get yourself ready to play with the big boys. Yeah. You can't just throw kids in there.
Yeah, the best 15-year-old is not the best 16.
That's right.
The best 17. They need development.
Now, the Roosters taking on the Rabbitohs at Allianz Stadium. The SFS back in the day. You guys have had some iconic moments there. Pretty special, isn't it?
Oh, it's a great ground. I just remember watching the grand finals there, and you got opened up and here it is. This is the semi-final. David Barnell pulled his calf actually, so I was in reserve grade for most of that year, and
was that big potty you pushed out of the way there to score?
Yeah, it was too fast for him.
Too fast.
And there's the grand final. So started in the semi-finals. I think we beat the Raiders, the Dogs, and then come on, and there's little Elf. And
tracked you down, didn't he?
Yeah, he's a great player, Elf.
Clive Churchill, 98 GF.
Yeah, that was one of those moments. Tony Carroll still tells me to this day that it's his, but
you've got it in your drawer, not his.
Yeah, I got it in mine, and I show him every now and then. I wish it was on ropes.
I reckon it might be in your safe.
Well, you've had some special moments there too. Some big moments.
I had some ordinary moments too. One of my saddest moments ever there in '89 when we got beaten in the grand final. But you know, I certainly enjoyed playing there. There's me little mate hitting the upright. How do you kick that field goal? I'd have still been on the drink. And there's a bad moment for me now, just getting taken off by Kevin Hardwick. Wasn't Kevin's fault. I was filthy, of course, and still are filthy today. But anyway, that's the way it rolls.
I'm one of the few that actually thought it was not a bad decision at the time.
Did you? Really? Paul, how could you? I thought you were my mate.
I know that. No, I'll tell you what, because you led at the time. Time was running out, and he took the 2 biggest forwards off. Yeah. He put 2 defenders on. Well, and in that era, that's the way you play.
Oh, well, I'll tell you what.
And all backfire once went into extra time.
I'll tell you what I learned, mate, was if you're ahead, you don't, and you're attacking footy, and you're ahead quite comfortably. Don't go defensive. If you start to go defensive against the likes of Mal Meninga and Gary Belcher and Brad Clyde and Glenn Lazarus, all those sort of guys, they're going to come to buy you. Chicka Ferguson.
Do you believe you win if you stay on?
Oh, probably not.
I reckon you would have.
I don't know, mate. Mate, how can you say?
I reckon you would have.
How can you say? But Steve Jackson scored a great try in this grand final. I went on a cruise 20 years later, and
he's still doing it.
He went to shake my hand. He said, "You probably don't remember me." I said, "Remember you? You ruined my life."
You played Origin here as well, didn't you?
Played Origin there.
91.
Yeah, I played a lot of Origin there at the Sydney Football Stadium. 91. Was that Mick O'Connor kicking from the side? There it is. There it is. I could have kissed him. I think I did.
Wow.
We didn't beat Queensland that often in those days. But